Hindi mo naman ma-eradicate yung mga gamers. You just drive them to the illegal.
Naniniwala ba kayo na kung sino yung mayaman, siya yung simpleng manamit at yung nagpapanggap na mayaman, yun lang pogi-pogi?
Normally.
Kaya pala nagmamaong na rin po ako ngayon.
Ikaw hindi ka pa nagme-medyas.
Magandang araw po. Muli pong sumasa inyo ang Tunying Exclusives kung saan mapapanood po ninyo ang mga interview na bibihira nyo lang pong makita at mga kasagutan sa mga tanong na hindi rin naman natin madalas na marinig. Sa hapong ito ay makakasama po natin isa pong tao na siguro hindi na kailangan pang ng mahabang introduction, pero para po sa mga hindi pa nakakakilala sa kanya, siya po ay nandun sa listahan ng mga mayayamang Pilipino Kaya po unang kita ko pala sa kanya, ang gaanan ng loob ko po sa kanya. Mga kaibigan, si Ginoong Yosi Tanco, ang tawag po sa kanya ay Yosi Tanco. Sir?
Thank you, Katunyang. Thank you for having me.
Opo. Maraming salamat po sa pagkakataon. Pang ilang interview na po ba ninyo ito?
This is probably my first. I usually don't give interview, but since Katunyang is such a nice person, the first time I met him, I really feel very, very at ease, very, very comfortable, and he's one person that I cannot say no to. Katunyang, that's why I acceded to your request.
Naku, maraming salamat po sa inyo. Medyo lumalaki po yung ulo ko dun sa description nyo sa akin, pero ganun pa man po sa akin po ang pagpapasalamat. Una-una po, papakilala ko lang po kayo sa ating mga tagapanood. Kayo po ay napakaraming kumpanya na pinamumunuan. Kung di ako nagkakamali, nasa 40 ho yata yung kumpanya. Tama po ba yun?
More or less.
More or less,
40. But most of the people that you have interviewed who are in the top echelon of the economy owns about that much companies. I'm not the only one.
Ang pangunahin po dyan ay nasa edukasyon,
Yeah.
Ang STI.
Yes.
Opo.
Yes. That's my baby. That's the business I really enjoy. For me, it's a very profitable advocacy. I feel good being of help to our countrymen, especially, as they say, education is the greatest equalizer.
Yeah, opo.
And it really makes you feel really, really good if you give opportunity to the less fortunate people in our economy, in our country, to get a good quality education.
Opo. Pero kayo po mismo ay napakahilig nyo rin mag-aral, no? Binabasa ko po yung background ninyo. Well, ang undergraduate ninyo ay Ateneo.
Ateneo, yeah.
Tapos po, ikwento nyo po sa amin kung saan pa kayo nag-aral. May nakita pa akong London dito. Opo.
I took up my high school at Xavier's School. From there on, I graduated into Ateneo. I took up AB Eco. And then from there on, I went to London School of Economics for my Masters of Science in Mathematical Economics.
Opo. Yeah. Baka naman meron pa kayo itinatago dyan.
Yung iba, puro honoris causa.
Kaya doktor na po.
Doktor.
Ang STI po, ilang taon na ho ba ito? At paano po ba naipundar yung institution?
Actually, STI, under my reign, I had it for about 12 to 15 years. I got in because I was a passive investor, and I had two other partners, so we owned a third. But then the two partners got into a fight. So I came in and tried to settle the conflict. But I ended up, it's hard to get them together. I ended up having to buy them all out. That's how it started. It used to be a small school. They used to have classroom in small malls, second-hand apartment. It used to be the franchise operation out. The first thing I asked when I bought in, I said, what are we really? Are we a school or are we a franchising company? Obviously, the answer is we're school. We're a school management group. So from that time onwards, I started buying out all the major franchisees. And until I consolidated everything and I start building facilities, edifices that I feel that the student deserve. So we started building buildings, school buildings, with top-of-the-line facilities for our students. That's when we started growing. Right now we have about 68, a network of 68 schools in different parts of the country. We have one in Bacolod, which is more than just a school. It's West Negros University.
Malaki po yun, no? Malaking eskwela.
It's a huge school with about maybe 16,000, 17,000 students.
Opo.
Katunying.
So, kung almost 70 schools na pala kayo nationwide,
yes.
Are you still expanding po?
We're building another 5 in the next 2 years. We're still expanding. We bring education to the student. You know, as you know, one of the most expensive costs in education is transportation, access to school. Tuition is one cost, but big portion of the cost would be transportation, your baon, and special keeping up with your fellow student. If one has an Apple cell phone, you like to have an Apple cell phone. So it's to keep up with your classmates.
Sabi niyo nga, very profitable advocacy po ito. Maganda ho kita kung nag-expand po kayo.
It's not very profitable. It's profitable if you run it well. I have a different business model. You know, normally a school teacher prepare his lesson plan and teaches. Normally, it takes at least 50% of your time preparing lesson plans, maybe even more. Then the rest of the time you spend teaching. In STI, I separate the function of the two groups. Okay, preparation of the lesson plan is done. We have a group of industry practitioner and academician. They know what is the cutting edge, and they say in the subject that they do, that they focus on. And teaching is a skill naman. You have to know how to communicate. So we prepare our lesson plans centrally. But the teaching is given to the teacher who knows how to communicate, who are good in communication. Because in many instances, you have teachers that prepare good lesson plans, but couldn't communicate, couldn't express themselves. In our case, we make sure that the teacher are good communicator. And the lesson plan are prepared by the expert. So, real good.
So full-time talaga siya sa pagtuturo, si teacher.
Whereas the one preparing the lesson plans are really in the cutting edge of the field that he is in.
Ang dami niyo raw scholar?
Yeah. I make sure that X percentage of our population are scholars. That's our CSR. That's what we give back to the community. You see a lot of bright, deserving students, but because of their financial situation, they couldn't afford to go to school. And it's really fulfilling if you, like we went to this restaurant and we had lunch. Most of the waiters, most of their staff get their scholarship from.
Naku, hindi kayo makakalimutan ng mga iyon. Alam niyo, pagka po kumain pa siya sa isang restaurant at nalamang siya ito, yung staff ng restaurant lalapit sa kanya, naku, baka dumami ang lalapit sa inyo. Sir, baka pwedeng scholar niyo na may anak ko.
Sure.
Ganun po yung naging ang ginagawa.
It's fulfilling. It feels good.
Ang laking farm nito, kumbaga, no? Ang laking farm ninyo ng talents. Kasi STI, as an educational institution, tapos meron kayong ibang mga negosyo. Siguro, madali sa inyong kumuha ng empleyado from graduates of STI na rin mismo, no? From your, sa ibang kumpanya ninyo.
And make sure, I think we make sure that after 6 months from their graduation, they get to land a job. We have to make sure that our students, our graduates, are not like the graduate of the top-end school. The top-end school. After graduation, sasabihin ng magulang, salamat, nag-graduate ka. So, you can take a 6 months vacation in Europe for graduating. In the case of our student, the minute they graduate, their parents expect them to find a job and to help them with their other siblings.
Yan po ang sitwasyon
to send the other sibling to school. So, ibang segment of the society. And I serve the mid-end, not really the class CD, but the lower middle class of our society. It's a very, very fulfilling
Totoo po. Baka meron bang mga eskwelahan o parang yung branch ng STI na nalulugi?
I don't think so. I don't think so. If ever we step in, we have a school monitoring team that will step in and look at what's wrong or where did it go wrong. Most of it, all of it makes money. Yeah.
So out of the 68, ilan po ang company-owned doon?
Out of 68, I think more than 50%, about 60-70% should be company-owned.
Yung iba po ay...
Because,
pero open pa ho ba yan sa franchising?
I try to slow it down. I'd rather have it company-owned. But there's some exceptional franchisees who is willing to expand, who is willing to improve, who is willing to upgrade their existing facilities. Important thing with education is that your facilities should be modern, should be advanced, should be ahead of, especially on technology.
Opo. STI, tapos meron kayong ATI.
Yeah.
Malapit-lapit kayo sa ganong acronym, ano? STI, tapos yung Asian Terminals Incorporated. Yun naman ay port operation. Hindi po ba sinadya yun?
Hindi ko sinadya.
Okay, ba't naman napagpag kayo sa port operations po?
I started out in textile cartooning.
Opo.
During the 60s and the 70s, the government was encouraging, with DPP was encouraging entrepreneur to get into textile. Textile, the reason is textile is labor intensive. So the government feels that get into textile, you provide more employment.
Job generating.
Job generation is the key. But in reality, do we have any competitive advantage by being in textile? The answer is no.
Bakit po?
The reason is, what are the raw materials of textiles? Cotton. Do we have a large cotton plantation? No, don't have. Polyester, nylon, these are oil-based byproducts. Do we have an oil? Do we produce oil? No. We have to import all our raw materials. So we're dependent on other countries. So we don't have that. Two, another problem we have was labor cost is not really expensive. But our power cost is ridiculous. We have a lot of stranded costs. So compared with our neighbor, like China, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, we're not really at a competitive advantage. So, and then with the smuggling, with the buying habit of our consumer that prefer imported materials, the industry died
naturally.
So at that time I was thinking, what can the Philippines be? Eventually, I think we're becoming a service economy. That's when I moved from manufacturing to services.
So iniwanan nyo na yung tela, yung textile.
Katunying, to invest is very easy.
Opo.
But to divest is darn hard.
Opo.
It's so much easier to invest than to divest. Especially after you spend 8 years, 10 years of your life running a textile. You get attached,
Yes.
emotionally attached.
Saka, hindi ba parang yung airpat nyo, yung daddy nyo?
My dad came from a textile.
Kumbaga, hirap, sentimental value.
Yeah, the sentimental. But I think that's the best decision I ever made. Had I stayed on, I'd probably be gone. Maybe I'll be in the last.
So, nung binitawan nyo na yung manufacturing, punta kayo sa services?
I have to shift to service, and port is ATI.
But kayo ba ang nagtayo ng ATI?
I was one of the founders. I started out with P&O, Peninsula and Orient. It's a British company. We integrated, my friend Ricky Rason also integrated his ICT-SI. So I decided to move to service, to the service sector. Because manufacturing, I don't think we are competitive anymore. So I shifted to the service sector. Education is service, insurance is service. So those are the sectors.
Maganda. Ang Batangas Port, hindi ba andun yung ATI, yung malaking operation?
Yeah. Batangas Port is slowly catching up because everybody is just concentrated on Manila. But Ricky went to Subic, I went to Batangas. That's doing well, extremely well.
Hindi ko na ipapa-elaborate sa inyo yung iba pang mga negosyo. Baka naman antukin yung mga nanonood sa atin. Pero bigla ho kayong natanyag ng husto dito po sa entertainment dito sa DigiPlus, na very popular and controversial sa panahon na to. Bakit ho ba kayo napunta naman sa gaming?
If you look at it, STI, we really produce a lot of IT graduates. It started that I need a home for them. You need a home where your student can go. So I found it as an opportunity. People misunderstand DigiPlus a lot. My objective of DigiPlus was I want to create a whole ecosystem of entertainment. It's not only gaming, it's not only gambling. You log into the site, you can bet, yes. You can watch short reels. You can listen to music. Eventually, you can do online shopping. If you have some health problem, you can log into it and consult. My dream is to make it into a whole ecosystem of entertainment and everything else.
Para tong mall,
Yeah, it's a mall.
Para siyang mall.
Just like 10 cents in China. You can log into the site and get everything you want. The thing is that the one that we started was gaming, and it took off fast.
Kailan niyo po itinayo itong DigiPlus?
It used to be LR, which morphed during the pandemic. All this innovation came during the pandemic. Even the largest of the U.S. companies, the Magnificent Seven, came from the pandemic. The pandemic forced us to be creative, forced us to be innovative, forced us to find new ways of doing business. In fact, like Zoom meeting has become the norm now. But I think the pandemic brought the best out of a lot of people. During the pandemic, I never missed one single day of work. I was in the office, in this office, every single day.
Nandito po kayo. Ganun ba? Hindi pala to DigiPlus dati, ang tawag?
Leisure and Resort.
Leisure and Resort?
World.
Okay, Leisure and Resort.
LRWC Corporation.
Tapos, naging DigiPlus. Inasahan nyo ba na puputok ng ganito kalaki agad in a span of, say, 3-5 years?
No. I think the attack on DigiPlus is really. I'm sure you're leading to that question. About what's going on now. I'll preempt you.
Yes.
Got your name?
I am just laying down the predicate, Your Honor.
For me, it's a form of entertainment. As long as it's regulated, as long as it's properly run. In fact, it should not only be legalized. We should acquire all gaming company to be listed, so that there'll be transparency. You know, the people behind it. You apply the fit and proper rule, and you follow all good corporate practices. I know they're making a big hullabaloo on it. What they should be chasing after will be the illegal ones. Focus on the illegal ones. Get them to be legal. Then you can control them because you know who they are. You can put rules and regulations, strict rules and regulation. Then you have control over them. And on top of it all, you can collect the taxes that we so badly need. Last year, I think we paid about, or Paco gets about, 150 to 100 million in taxes on online gaming.
That's what you paid to PAGCOR?
Yes.
Tapos
the whole industry, the legal industry.
And that's on top of the tax payment. Di ba may tax payment?
No. That's I think if you pay PAGCOR,
yun na yung tax. Ando na.
Now, the legal segment constitute about 30%.
30% lang?
Oh, 30, so 40% are untaxed.
Yun yung illegal.
Yeah. If you can get them to pay the proper taxes, you probably get about 400 billion, and that's not small money. You just have to have a massive crackdown. I think that's the dream of PAGCOR, of Chairman Tanco, to get as much, to bring as much of the illegal gaming sector into to legalize them.
Yung pong sitwasyon ngayon, sabi niyo 30 to 40% lang ang legal. Gaano kalaki po ang market share ng DJ Plus sa legal segment ng gaming na to?
We have about maybe near 50.
So talagang kayo ang biggest player po pala dito?
Yeah, but we're the only list that won.
Okay, puntahan po natin yung regulation. Kasi bago ko tanong yung, just for the record, so you are against, sa mungkahi o panukala, to ban it totally?
I'm against banning it totally. Because prohibition has never worked. Any new invention has a social cost. For instance, AI. You can make a big issue out of AI. You can say, hey, a lot of people will lose their job because of AI. Let's ban AI. Let's close down ChatGPT. Let's delete NVIDIA. Is that the solution? No. Prohibition never works. It just creates an underground market. You just drive the legal operator to operate underground. Prohibition never works. Doesn't work anywhere in the world. And by the way, 97% of the countries in the world legalize gaming.
Ganun po, ano?
Supervised gaming.
I think I will have to agree with you, ano? Doon po sa point na kapag ka itinigil mo yung legal,
ma-migrate.
Hanep, yun lang isabong. Yung isabong, di ba, lahat ng isabong ngayon illegal. Kasi ibinawal di po ba? Ay, grabe po ngayon ang isabong. Grabe po ang isabong. At I'm sure yung mga nanonood sa atin, baka may mga nag-iisabong pa nga dito. And those are all illegal, ano? Opo. So, ang tingin nyo, ganun din ang mangyayari.
Yun ang mangyayari.
Yun lang mangyayari.
Hindi mo naman ma-eradicate yung mga gamers.
Opo. So, okay.
You just drive them to the illegal setting.
So, kung hindi po ibaba, kasi ang social cost lagi ang pinag-uusapan dyan. Ang tanong, kayo po bilang nandyan po sa industriya, ano yung regulation na tingin nyo ay makakatulong ng malaki para mabawas po itong sinasabing social cost?
There are rules now. There are rules for the legal gaming. You just have to see to it that all the operators follow the rule strictly. The rules are good. You just have to see to it that you implement the existing rules. Make sure that everybody abide to it. You don't need new rules. Normally in taxes, we say, we don't need new taxes. Just collect the proper tax rate. Di ba? I mean, I don't think we need to create more restriction. Personally, this is but I think we just have to make sure that the legal ones implement, follow strictly the rules right now.
Pero narinig ko sa inyo kanina, i-require ang lahat ng mga operators nitong gambling na to be listed. Why?
That's another way of making sure that there's transparency.
Pakipaliwanag nyo nga sa amin kung ano ba ang pagkakaiba ng isang kumpanya na publicly listed.
Because the publicly listed, there are a lot of strict corporate governance. If you list that, you have to follow strictly the rules of a listed company. Like, you have to have independent directors. The board should all be deemed fit and proper to sit on the board. There's some, if you have criminal records, you can't sit. You have to make quarterly report. You have to be transparent. All the actions of the board should be properly disclosed. You know, all your financial statement is open to the public. Every quarter, you have to make your quarterly financial statement, proper disclosures. These are very, very important. So with that requirement on top of the rules of PAGCOR, I think you have a good
deterrent na sa mga loko-loko no?
Yun na nga. So if you have a criminal record, you can't sit on the board. You can't be a stockholder.
Ang talas pa naman ng SEC dyan.
Hindi lang SEC, PSC. And then you're being monitored publicly. You're publicly traded. You have to disclose everything to your shareholders.
Ongoing po ang mga hearings ngayon ng Senado. I heard yung House magko-conduct din po ng hearing tungkol sa mga proposed measures. It's either to ban or strictly regulate online gaming. Meron pong announcement na binigay ang Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas na parang ang inuutos nila sa mga e-wallet platforms na to dissociate themselves from especially sa mga illegal gambling sites. Will it help po?
It will probably help. You drive the revenue down. You probably drive them to the illegal as well. No? Actually, the illegal have access to all those e-wallets. I think it's monitoring. Kasi the illegals will come in different form. You take them out today, after 5 minutes, they came out again. Bilis. Very, very sophisticated. I don't know. I think they should not do that to that extent. But it's up to the BSP.
Basta ang sinasabi lang po yata nila, kapag ka illegal, hindi dapat magpagamit ng mga
illegal.
Mga illegal po. Mga illegal.
It's illegal to use it, abuse the use of it.
Kasi kung ako, maglalaro ako sa illegal site, paano ko makukolekta yun? Kung nanalalo man ako. Hindi po ba?
Totoo.
Kayo po, meron na ba kayong study na ginawa to at least address the issue on social cost? Halimbawa, yung mga nagbenta ng bahay, minor de edad na nakapaglaro, ano ba ang mga nilalaro nitong mga to? Ito ba yung mga illegal o mga legal gambling sites?
No, we did. But before I go to that, I just give you a macro picture. Roughly, these figures are not exact. You must remember I finished my economics 50 years ago. I probably forget all of it. But this is my figure. Our GDP is about 4 trillion.
Yes.
60% of our GDP, which is of 4 trillion, is 2.4 trillion. Is 60% of which is household consumption. Okay. If you look at the legal, The legal revenue of online gaming, maybe 150 billion, 200. If you look at it, it constitutes less than 1%. 1%
of the household consumption.
Household consumption. That ain't gonna affect your spending. I mean, if you look at it rationally, not emotionally, if you look at it emotionally, which is what the viewers, listener love to, that they like emotional.
May drama ng konti.
But if you look at it rationally, it should not affect household consumption. Now, I don't know how much is the illegal portion. It's got to be from the illegal portion. That's what. Looking at, now your question say.
Do you have a research man lang or study kung saan ba naglalaro itong mga to?
Yeah, we do. We have the big data. We make sure the KYC is proper. We make sure that the players, otherwise we ban them ourselves. We set limit to, if you exceed a certain amount, we ban them ourselves. We do our own checking. Apart from regulation, another good regulation would be self-regulation. As I said, I want the site to be more than just a gaming site. So it's not just gaming. I want to get revenues or provide entertainment from somewhere else.
Ang sitwasyon po ngayon, kayo po publicly listed, tapos po ay ito ang laman ng mga balita sa Senate, sa House. Ano pong epekto nito sa kumpanya?
The problem with the listed company is that every time there's something, it affects the prices. What I told my employees is that don't look at the prices. It will drive you crazy. You just believe in what you are working on and just focus on that. Let's not get carried away with by the price fluctuations.
How does it affect the company?
We employ quite a bit of people, 3,000 or 5,000 people. A lot of them are worried about their future. What if it's banned? What will happen to our jobs? Will we lose our jobs? What happened to my 6-year-old kid who's on school? What will happen to my mother, my grandparents, who relies on me for a living? They're worried, but do we consider them? Do we consider the employees? You get 2 or 3 witnesses on the witnesses stand. But how about the thousands that is worrying? If they lose their job, where will their next meal come from? Have we thought about that?
So yun yung appeal nyo sa mga policy makers. Consider them also. Those who are employed.
Because they're all stakeholders naman.
A more direct question is, if a ban is imposed, total ban is imposed, will you survive? DigiPlus, will you survive?
Yes.
How?
Because we have started in Brazil. I think we will probably start our operation 4th quarter of this year. And we have applied for a license in South Africa.
Ang investors po ba ng DigiPlus ay puro mga local?
No. As I said, 97% of the countries in the world have legalized gaming. Gaming has become a separate asset class. From a portfolio investment of my institution. A lot of our investors are foreign investors who relies on our rules that here's DigiPlus, gaming company legal, because they follow the rules, because that's the law. That we're law-abiding gaming company. It may not be wise to be changing rules in the middle of the game.
Doon po naman sa mga religious groups, mga civil society groups na who are clamoring for the total ban, ano po ang mensahe niyo po sa kanila? Kasi very specific po yung kanilang sinasabi, yung moral degradation. Gaming
has been there for the longest of time. The only appeal I can make is that let's choose rational instead of emotional. You can't eradicate gaming, but you have to regulate them. Because if you don't, then you have wedding, masyao, cockfighting, the proliferate. You should just regulate them. Prohibition never work.
Ang DG Plus po ngayon ay parte na kayo ng Philippine Index. Paano makakatulong ito sa current situation po?
You know, if you really look at the history of it, our stock market has been rather dormant, anemic for past so many years. And DG Plus has brought in a lot. Maybe you call it hot money, yes, of foreign investors into the country. There are a lot of money flows into the country. Probably majority of the inflow of foreign investment are because of DG Plus.
Ganun ba?
You know, our foreign investors have been selling down the Philippine market. I think DG Plus is one issue that attracted a lot of foreign inflow.
Kumusta po bang yun ang presyo?
I don't know.
Hindi nyo na tinitingnan muna.
That drives you crazy.
Pero ang mga investors po from all over po?
All over the world.
Kasi tinitingnan ko yung mga kumpanya ninyo, tapos biglang lumabas tong Forbes list of richest Filipinos. Number 22 kayo dati, naging number 18 kayo ngayon. Ano yung sinasabi nyo? Totoo ba yun?
No. There's no truth in it. That's all myth.
Ganun po.
But it's nice to be in that list. It's easier for you to borrow money. Because the banks only lend money to people who don't need money. It's easier to negotiate. And it's an opportunity because you get the first crack on a lot of deals. They think that you have a lot of money. So everybody that has anything to sell will approach you.
Ano naman ang downside?
You don't know who are your true friends.
Dumadami kaibigan nyo.
Dumadami ang kaibigan, dumadami ang kamag-anak, everything. Boss, ako ang inaanak mo.
Pinsan. Competitor nyo ba si Mr. Ricky Rason? He's into gaming and he is also into ports operation.
No, Ricky is one person that I admire the most. You know? If only I have his stamina. That guy worked darn hard. Very, very intelligent. I told him that if I grow up, I like to be like him.
Sa Tagalog po yun. Paglaki ko, gagayahin kita.
But he's a great businessman. Very, very admirable. Yeah.
Pero nauna kayo sa kanya sa online gaming. Siya lang ang sumusunod sa kanya. Ang mega panalo niya, no?
Yeah. But he started Bloomberry much earlier. He has an integrated casino. Who's doing extremely well.
Puntahan nga po natin yung work ethics po ninyo. No? Napansin ko po kayo, ang aga nyo sa appointment. Ako, late. Gaano ka-importante sa inyo ang punctuality?
I think it's very important. Although, katunyang, many times I'm late also.
Ganun po ba?
So happened today was different.
So tingin niyo ang punctuality is very important.
Yeah. You're punctual. Today was really not your fault.
Sa mga paano pong management style po ninyo?
I guess the best management is to set the example. You know, respect is not imposed. Respect is earned. You cannot say, I'm the chairman and you need to follow me. No. You set example. And if you have a good team of executive, you don't have to tell them. They'll just look at you and say, I suppose it's that hard. It's embarrassing not to work. It's management by example, I guess.
Paano niyo po pinipili yung mga tao na pagkakatiwalaan niyo considering ang laki po ng empire niyo eh?
That has always been a challenge to every top executive. It's difficult really to hire the right people and depend on the right people. It's a challenge. Sometimes hit or miss lang.
Pero mas madalas ba kayong mag-hit o mag-miss?
Hit mostly. But I have a few misses.
Bigyan niyo po kami nga ng tip doon. Yung tip lang po, bakit kayo nag-miss? Ano yung hindi nyo nakita? Kasi katulad po namin, siguro nag-a-aspire din kami na lumaki, kagaya ninyo sa pagdating ng araw. Napaka-importante nung mga kasama mong tao
I'm sure, I mean, you also have those...
Yes, experience ko po.
You have to ask around, talk to him. It's not just reading the resume. Maybe the references, maybe you have to make an extra effort to really do some background checking. It's important.
Kayo mismo ang pumipili?
Especially top position. Importante yun.
Nag-headhunters po ba kayo?
Yes.
Opo. So, namimirata po kayo?
Headhunters. Then you see people that goes around.
Opo.
Yeah. It's very difficult. I have no quick answer on that because I'm suffering from that too.
Ganun po
I've been looking to fill up some key position. I tell you, up to now, I still struggle.
How do you encourage them to join your team?
Obviously, benefit wages. People nowadays are different from the traditional people.
How different po?
They're more mobile now. Loyalty is unlike before. Everything is more financials. No? To ferret out the real good ones that would stick with you through good and hard times, medyo a challenge.
Challenge po talaga.
That one question that I struggle to answer.
Totoo po. Pero meron po ba kayong mga kasama naman na talagang andyan during the time that you're lowest? Apo?
My closest friend and executive, Mr. Monico Jacob.
Formerly PNOC?
Oo, at saka chairman. He's a gem. He's one person that we've been together 50 years. If only we could last for another 50 years, that would be great.
If an applicant for a sensitive position sa kumpanya ninyo, ang unang tinanong ay magkano sweldo ko dyan, kukunin nyo ba yun kaysa dun sa sasabing, is ba yung organisasyon na yan, mabait ba mga tao dyan?
Actually, he doesn't have to ask, nasa resume na niya What was his past salary? Compensation is needed. I always think your executive should be able to live the way, the way you live. They should have, in fact, they should have, some of them have better cars than I, travel better than I, but it's okay. Pay is not really an issue if they can produce, hindi ba?
Pero ang bait niyo raw sa empleyado niya, tulad halimbawa nung sa DG Plus, nagbigay daw kayo ng 25 million worth of stock sa inyong mga empleyado.
It's a different industry. You need a lot of technician. You need a lot of good IT people. It's an industry that's ever evolving. You know, you have to come up with new games. The young generation right now has short attention span. They get tired of an old game easy. So you have to keep on coming up with new stuff. Creativity. In fact, I offered that. I was telling them if we can offer game development in one of my school in Makati, Academy, and then give a prize to the best developer who can develop a commercially viable game, we pay them 5 million.
Ganun, ha?
Or even 10 million. Singly or in group. I would happy to pay. If they develop a commercially viable game.
Meron bang nakagawa?
Wala pa.
Wala pa. Uy, 4 grams pala itong 10 million. But how do you manage po, sir, yung ganitong kadaming kumpanya?
It's hard. That's why you have dark hair and I have gray hair. Losing hair.
So, hindi ba kayo naiinggit sa akin?
Naiinggit. No, you're different.
Hindi ba kayo nagsisisi na ganito kalaki yung kumpanya ninyo?
No naman.
Sa exercise po, kumusta po ang...
Yeah, I try to do regular exercise.
Po. Ano po yung regular, yung pangkaraniwang araw po ninyo? How early do you get up po and then... 8 in the morning. Sabi nyo nga, yung tatay nyo nasa textile industry for the longest time. Ano po yung pinaka-importanting lesson na natutunan nyo po sa dad nyo?
Patient. You have to think rationally. You have to look at the bigger picture. Problem with a lot of us is that we don't see beyond our nose. We have to look at the bigger picture. A lot of us sort of focus on the small things. And miss out on the bigger things. That's very important. You try to look at the broader picture.
Yun po, dala-dala nyo lagi yun.
Think. Always think before you react.
Opo.
Don't do knee-jerk reaction.
Marami po kami na gano'n ang nagkakamali kami sa gano'n eh.
Knee-jerk
emotional
reaction.
eh.
Emotional.
Opo.
Just don't get overwhelmed by emotions.
Nakita po namin kayo ngayon, maunlad na po yung mga kumpanya na to. I'm sure marami rin kayong dinaan ng mga failures. How do you cope with failures po?
You just have to move on. Don't live on it. Many failure are, you carry it with you. The best way is to, if you make a mistake, admit to your mistake and move on. I experience maybe many times, many executives, if you just scold them for doing things, instead of admitting that, mali ko yun. I'll fix it, boss. I'll move on. Ito ang gagawin ko na. They spend weeks, months, trying to justify why they make that mistake. You never move on that way. If it's a mistake, admit that you make a mistake and say, I'll take corrective measures and I'll move on. That's the only way. But if you leave on to that issue, you never move forward.
Sobra importante po nun. Actually, yung sinasabi nyo ngayon, nai-imagine ko tuloy yung sa gobyerno ngayon eh. No? Sa gobyerno, parang walang gustong umamin eh. No?
Siyempre. Typical eh. Maski matalo sa election, hindi pa rin na-admit yun.
Pero ano po ang sikreto nyo? Bakit lumaki ng ganito ang mga kumpanyang pinamamahalaan po ninyo?
I think I have good people around me. That's the secret. I make sure I communicate with them. I talk to them. Many problems arise because of failure of communication. But if you find a little time every day over a cup of coffee, I think you can solve it.
Ginagawa niyo talaga yan, ha?
Yeah. That's very, very important. Communication. Even you, with your staff, communication is very important.
Pero kayo po ba nakikipag-usap pa hanggang dun sa baba?
Yeah. That's so important.
So hindi kayo umasa sa mga report lang ng mga executive ninyo?
No. There are a lot of executives that instead of manage down, they manage the top. If you encounter those things, you're in trouble.
Gaano ka-importante na bumababa kayo sa
very important. Yeah. You know, there's a new breed nowadays as an executive that instead of managing down, they manage the top. So you get managed by them. You get totally detached from what's happening on the ground.
Dapat pala maging conscious ang mga may-ari doon, ano?
They manage you well.
Meron po kayong ina-idolize na negosyante o kaya kahit na hindi leader sa buhay po ninyo?
One is my dad. I think all my colleagues in the top 20, top 50 in the Philippines are my idol too.
Ganun po ah.
Yeah.
Hindi kayo nahihiyang sabihin yan?
No, I'm not embarrassed. Kasi they're all good.
Meron po kayong paboritong libro? Baka may kayo binabasa ng libro dyan na pwede nyo i-share sa amin, hahanapin din namin to be successful like you.
I have many books. I'll send to you privately.
Wala bang for public consumption?
No, economics book.
Opo. Okay.
John Maynard Keynes. Money, Economy and Employment yata.
Money, Economy and Employment. Nagamit niyo talaga yan, ha?
I read it every page.
Sa lahat ng kumpanya niyo, i-apply niyo po yung natututunan niyo dyan?
No naman. No naman. It's reading the macroeconomy.
Macroeconomy.
We're all part of a macroeconomy.
Yes. Opo.
Wherever the macro goes, we got drug alone.
Pagka po ba nagkakasama-sama kayo ng mga, sabi niyo mga nasa top 20 na yan, bumabangka ba kayo? Kaya ako tinanong to, si RSA, ang hiling niyang bumangka no?
No, I don't. With those people, I'm usually quiet.
Ganun po, bakit po?
I want to learn from them. I want to listen from them.
So kahit na ganyan na estado niyo, gusto niyo pa rin natututo?
The most dangerous thing is that you claim to know everything. Nobody has monopoly of knowledge.
Hindi ko pala na-touch yung insurance company po niyo. Ito pong Philippine First Insurance. Kumusta po ngayon? Magandang negosyo
okay.
po ba yan?
It's non-life, challenging because competition is very stiff. And as we move out from a manufacturing country into a service economy, there are less insurable interests. So it's a very challenging business. As we get into a service economy, HMO, like we have an HMO, is doing extremely well because that's one product that a lot of people want to buy. Life insurance is okay. Non-life is okay. We have one pre-need, which, hindi ba, what happened to CAP? It's still struggling to get over the image of pre-need, but it's doing not bad, not exceptionally well. But in general, at the end of the day, I think we just need a strong management. That's where I'm encountering difficulty to find the right people, you know, to run.
Pero yung mga nandyan na, anong mga trainings po? Do you require them to undergo training po?
I think training is one area that I need to pay special focus on. Your question, you know, kind of is very, very relevant in that situation.
Kasi ang hirap, kung mahirap kumuha from the outside, kung meron ka namang mga loyalist sa baba na middle managers.
Two things are loyalties. One is innovation, one is creativity, one is dami. At insurance is not, there are very few good insurance people kasi insurance is not a glamorous job. Glamorous job are investment bankers, you know, you see them in coat and tie, you see them drinking expensive wine, you know, with the cigars.
Yung insurance, bebenta.
Salesman.
Salesman.
It's very, very, very few qualified executive.
May mga maling desisyon na ba kayo in the past na naka-apekto sa kumpanya?
Not affecting the company, not affecting the fate of the company, no. But affecting the company in a small way, yeah, a lot.
Succession planning, meron kayong dalawang anak. Sila ba ang magmamana o payag kayong sa iba na ipamana kahit di nyo kadugo? Basta competent.
There are many models there. I'm still studying it. And the US would be a different model. Asia would be a different model.
Pero up to now, wala pa ho kayong nabubuo?
I have some ideas, but I have to concretize it yet.
Pero dapat healthy kayo.
Oh, yeah.
Para baka kasi alam niyo na hindi tayo bumabata, ano po?
Yeah.
Napaka-importante po yata ng... Kasi po kaya ako tinatanong, yung kaklase ninyo na si Ray Angeles, na-interview ko dati 2 weeks ago. Ang sabi po niya, kung anak ka, hindi necessarily na ikaw yung magiging tagapagmana.
Yeah, hindi ba normally? Whoever is capable. No?
Opo.
If you will run it to the ground, then it's no help.
Bakit tuwing makikita ko kayo, pamaong-maong lang kayo?
Kasi I'm not trying to borrow money. So I said, I don't care whatever.
Naniniwala ba kayo na kung sino yung mayaman, siya yung simpleng manamit at yung nagpapanggap na mayaman, yun lang pogi-pogi?
Normally.
Kaya pala nagmamaong na rin po ako ngayon.
Ikaw hindi ka pa nagme-medyas.
Baka yayaman na rin po ako. Mahilig daw po kayo sa music?
Yeah, I love music.
Ano pong instruments po na inyong, that you play po?
I play the guitar. I used to busk.
Po? Ganun pa?
In London subway station.
Really? Ilang taon po kayo nun?
24.
Ganun po So hinahagisan din kayo ng mga coins.
They call it pennies.
Ganun po Gano'ng katagal nyo ginawa?
Oh, not that frequent. I play with a friend of mine. He's a pothead. His name is Tiger.
Maapo.
We used to sing.
Malaki bang kinikita doon sa mga ganyan?
Kasi when I was playing there, that was during the height of the Vietnam War. My partner, Tiger, was local English guy. Me, I'm Asian.
Apo.
I did not know there's so many sympathy for the Vietnamese. So they thought that I was a Vietnamese. So when we sang, I normally get mga 20 times the amount he gets. If we get 10 pence, I get probably 2 pounds.
Pero hindi ko akalain na kayo ay umabot sa ganun.
Folk singer.
Apo. Ang lakas siguro sa chicks noon, ano?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Talagang pasok sa banga. Ang tawag po sa inyo ay Renaissance man o yung taong maraming interest at skilled sa maraming bagay. Ang tanong po namin, last question, para sa mga gustong maging kagaya ninyo, paano ba maging Renaissance man?
Do you know the song Superman?
Superman.
I can stand to fly. Listen to that song. It's hard.
More than...
There's a line there that says, it's hard to be me, no? I really don't know. You just have to work doubly hard. There's no shortcut to it. You just have to work hard.
Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Isang karangalan po. At yan po ang isa na namang napaka-inspiring na panayam kay Ginoong Yosi Tanco. Nakikiyosi-yosi na rin po ako, pero sa totoo lang po, malayo pa ang, kumbaga, marami pa tayong bigas na kakainin para umabot tayo sa kalingkingan ng kanya pong narating sa buhay. Pero sabi nga niya, walang shortcut sa buhay. You have to go through the process, doble sipag lang, para pagdating ng araw, sabi nga niya, paglaki ko, gagayahin kita. Ayan. Thank you po sa inyo, Sir Yosi Tanco, at sana po yung ating mga taga-subaybay ay marami rin po kayong napulot sa kanya. Hanggang sa muli.